Yummy, yummy.
Feed my thumb. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
Once upon a time, in a small kingdom of tiny cottages, babbling brooks, and rolling hills, lived a little witch. A middle-sized wolf, an absolutely enormous giant. His awesome footsteps echoed like thunder throughout the land. Long ago, a simple husband and his wife had a baby boy who they called Philip. To look at him, he seemed like any other young child, but he was so clever that at the age of 1, he could read perfectly, and at 2, he mastered the most complicated maths, and at 3, he could program the video recorder to come on at the right time. "Oh, that boy is genius," said the proud father. But for all his brain power, Philip loved nothing better than being apprenticed to the local blacksmith, whose trick was to make him laugh by a show of strength, straightening out a horseshoe with his bare hands. "Bend it back again," Philip would say, and sure enough, the blacksmith would just do that. One day, when he was 7, Philip went missing, just disappeared, despite all the efforts of his parents and the blacksmith to find him again. "No, then there's no one to program the video," bemoaned his father. In fact, it was many years later that the blacksmith saw young Philip, but in a dream. The apprentice was sitting on a white horse and spoke to the blacksmith. "I have been captured by the giant, and I want you to rescue me. Here is a clue to me whereabouts. The giant's steps are broad and thick. Bring a horseshoe, do a trick. And now, in case you think you're dreaming, take this." And so saying, the white horse gave a tremendous kick with his hind legs to the blacksmith's bottom. He was sure it had not been a dream when he peeped at his bottom, and there were the distinctive marks of a horse's hoof, throbbing with pain. "Now, there's a clue if ever I needed one." After weeks of asking everybody and searching for clues, the poor blacksmith was about ready to give up. He sat down on a wall and repeated the first line of the riddle to himself, trying to get a clue. "The giant's steps are broad and thick." "Indeed they are," said the little voice next to him. It was a wee fellow dressed in green. "Where are the giant's steps?" "Well, you've been looking at them for the last half hour," said the wee fellow, pointing to some great granite rocks on the horizon. Just like giant steps, they towered up to the sky. The blacksmith was up and away, and before long was scaling the huge steps towards a cave at the top of the mountain. Eventually, he entered the cave, following a little light that seemed to go ahead of him when a voice suddenly bellowed at him,
Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman.
Sitting before him on a huge giant throne was a fearsome giant.
What are you doing in my cave?
I'm looking for my apprentice called Philip.
If you can find him, you can take him. He's in there.
The blacksmith rushed to the opening to see, to his horror, a sea of faces, all lads of the same age and appearance. There must have been hundreds of them.
Pick the wrong one and I'll grind your bones for bread,
said the giant from his throne. The blacksmith surveyed the sea of faces. He had not, in any case, seen the lad for years, and he only had one chance.
He's the cleverest boy I've got. He taught me the ABD, he did.
Suddenly, the blacksmith remembered part of the clue. Bring a horseshoe, do a trick. The sea of faces watched in wonderment as he took the horseshoe from his pocket. With a roll of drums, he grasped the two sides of the horseshoe and pulled it into a straight length of iron. All the boys gasped apart from one. Right in front of him, a lad laughed his head off. Now then, bend it back again, said the lad. This is young Philip, said the blacksmith, grabbing the boy's shoulder, and he'll be coming with me. Thinking the giant might change his mind, the blacksmith took the boy's arm and made a dash for it. The giant tried to raise himself from his throne, but his arms and legs had turned into rock after so many years of sitting still. He shook himself so violently that he tore himself free, and cracks began to appear all around the chamber. Walls tumbled down on the giant, leaving a gaping hole through which all the apprentices ran for their lives like ants from a nest. Sometime later, the blacksmith reached home and delivered the boy back to his delighted parents. The boy reset the video timer for them, then sat 12 GCSEs failing the lot. How's that for an unhappy ending?